now turn up.
So this is the story of the biggest pickle of YouTube I've ever got myself into, ever. So, what happened was, I started talking to Charlie because I felt ignored by Michael. Which wasn't the case. He's just a big YouTuber and he ain't got time to answer back everybody. So I became friends with Charlie. And then, yeah, I need a cigarette for this story, because this is a doozy. And then he started promoting my videos without me asking, you know. And I started growing on my channel. At the time, the channel was called The Parker Family Experience. Since then, I've changed the name, and you'll find out why during this story. So, me and them were friends for 3 or 4 months, something like that. Talked every day on the regular. So, it got to the point where they had my phone number, you know. And we actually talked on the phone. But, so, anyhow, long story short with that, Isaac invited me on the show, on the Shut the Fuck Up and Listen. Is that what he calls it now, I think? Or is it Guest Mob? Either way, Guest Mob, Shut the Fuck Up and Listen. Go subscribe. Anyhow, I go to that, and my plan was to explain why I wasn't really standing up for Charlie as much as I was to explain how do I say, I was trying to explain to Isaac, which I understand now why Isaac was saying, you know, and Isaac really wasn't about him and Michael. He was more pissed off about some of the things Charlie had said to him and his family, with threats and stuff. So anyway, I was explaining to him, you know, what's between Michael and Charlie. You should let that be, and, you know, let them handle that on their own. They're brothers. You know, that's a family situation. So, he started asking me live, you know, is this okay that he said this? And is this okay that he said that? And of course, some of the things Charlie has said in the past to him that he says he hasn't said, he has said on video elsewhere that he did say, and he apologized for it. So that just goes to say, if it was sincere, I don't know. But the point was he was asking me, is this okay that he said this? And of course, some of the things that he said, I can't sit on there and say, yes, this is okay, because it's not. It's totally not. What Charlie said about Isaac's family, or what he would do to their family and children and stuff, is not okay. 100% not okay. And I don't agree with it. And I didn't agree with it. And I'm not going to tarnish my name or my channel or anything in my life standing up for somebody that made a stupid mistake. And not only that, but standing up for something I don't believe in. So then Charlie gets mad at me for not standing up for him. What was I supposed to do? Stand there and say it was okay for him to say the things that he said? Of course not, I'm not going to do that. I wasn't expecting him to throw me that curveball, and he did. So, and at the same time, I had to, try to keep the live calm, or wasn't cussing each other out and everything, to be civilized. So, he took it as I was going against him when I wasn't. I was just trying to be the middleman and chill everybody out on each other. So anyhow, Charlie gets mad at me, cusses me out, goes on a Twitter rant. Anyways, you know Charlie, how he is. And he does his stupid shit. I don't remember if he got banned from Twitter over this one or not, but he might have. Who knows? He's Charlie. He does stupid shit. So, anyhow, where am I at here in this long-ass story? Okay, so then Erica calls me. And I'm like, Erica, can you please tell your fans to get off my back? Because the wolf pack, as they call them, was tearing me alive. I wouldn't care if they was unsubscribing. That's not what bothered me. What bothered me was they was harassing me to the point where they was talking about my wife, and it was causing me marriage problems and arguments, and it was uncalled for. So I said, Erica, can you call them off? She said, the best thing for you to do is to be quiet, lay low, that's what it was, or don't make us have to do something that we don't want to have to do. Instead of saying, okay, I'll tell them just he didn't mean it the way it come across, and we'll fix this. So that told me right there, if they're going to go as far as to call me on my personal phone, and threaten me, they're not my friends. Because they didn't even stand up for me. Me and them were supposed to be friends, and these other people online, that they don't even talk to hardly, they're just there watching or whatever, they sided with all of them. So basically, the attention and fame, I guess, was more important than a friendship. So then Isaac reached out to me from Guest Mob. Isaac Guest. And he, brought me live and asked me, what was going on, what happened, and I explained everything to the T, what happened. So then I turned over from the wolf pack over to Guest Mob. Well, then with them, I looked at it like, well, Charlie and Erica wasn't my friend. Well, these guys are right about what they said. And they're taking me in under their wing. And they're letting me be live on their channel. So that means they're my friends. Well, then it come to... I'm trying not to make it out to make them sound like the bad guys, because it was just a bad situation. Because I was just as much in the wrong as they was, and just as much as Charlie was in the wrong. So we was all in the wrong to a point. Anyway, so let's see. Where was I at? God, this story is so much. There's so much to remember to this. Then it got to the point where I felt like I was being used for views. And I don't mean that as in, oh, I'm a big YouTube personality and everybody wants to see me. I mean, I felt like that they only had me there to talk about Charlie and to put down Charlie like a dog, to where that people would tune into their channel to see what I had to say about Charlie, because I know him and Erica personally. Well, not really personally, like, really personally, but pretty well. So I felt like that they was using me at that point. So anyways, ow, I just burnt myself. That's great. Ow. Shit. Anyways, so then I spoke up and, I looked at it like, well, yous are my friends. I just thought if we're both YouTubers, yeah, I'm small, so I figured if we're friends that yins are going to help me just the same as I'm helping you. I'm on your channel giving my story, which is bringing you views because people want to hear it. And, but I didn't feel like I was getting the same in return. I didn't feel like I was getting the support. Honestly, I felt like I got more support from Charlie because they actually supported my channel. Whenever I was friends with Charlie, it wasn't about subscribers, but being we was friends and we was YouTube friends, we both promoted each other's channels. But when I was friends with Guest Mob, it wasn't that way as much. It was more of me coming on, talking about Charlie, and really that's more of what it was. Maybe I joked around a little bit, made some jokes, that's about it. And then I asked if they could push me for a little bit, and then I got called a clout chaser and stuff, and I wouldn't like that. I just wanted YouTube friends, somebody to have my back to bring me up and support me in my journey of YouTube. Somebody that could explain to me how YouTube works, the analytics, or however you say that, how to hashtag. And so basically this whole time I've had to learn all this on my own. And I still ain't figured it out. I don't understand why my videos ain't getting views. I've got good lighting. I've got 4K. I'm shooting on it's not a camera, but it's a iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is pretty much just as good. I'm trying my hardest to make the best of it. And sorry about this shitty ass thing. It's a kid's sheet I got from somewhere for free, and it's covering up a broken window so it keeps the cold air out. Anyway, so at that point I felt used, and they called me a clout chaser, and then they cut me off. And then all their fans attacked me just the same as Charlie's fans were attacking me. So then I quit YouTube for 2 years. I think it was 2 years. It was a long time. I went through a lot during them 2 years. But that's basically the whole drift of what happened. So yeah, I don't know what more to say, but I apologize to Steve Billings, Isaac, Michael, even though I don't want to, Charlie, Erica, everybody. Because I went off on every single body there was. And now I realize they were wrong to an extent, but I didn't help anything. I made it worse. And I basically shot myself in the foot, if you want to use the term. I put my foot in my mouth. And I really didn't know how YouTube worked at the time. I didn't understand, how it is. Now I know. I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not mad at Charlie. I'm not mad at Erica. I'm not mad at Isaac. I'm not mad at nobody in general at all. I'm just sort of still to this day, I'm a little bit disappointed that nobody could have explained things to me and helped me. It just sort of seems like with YouTube that everybody's out for themselves, and they'll get all these subscribers and everything, and they don't want to help the little guy. Even though I wasn't even out for that. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted friends. Because I was doing YouTube, so I wanted somebody that had something in common with me. They do YouTube too. So it's something for... Obviously, they got the goal of being somebody and having a big YouTube channel. Well, I wanted somebody that had the same goal as I did. So it wasn't really off being friends, so I get all their subscribers. That wasn't the idea. I guess if that's what happens when you're friends with somebody that has a lot of subscribers, well, good for you. But that wasn't the intention. My intention was to have somebody to support me, teach me how YouTube works. Teach me what softwares I can use, how to edit. What programs I can use on the computer and stuff, what computers I need, what camera I need, what keep me up with what's going viral or trending, because I don't know how to do, still ain't figured out how to keep up with what's trending and everything. But that's all I was looking for, was friends that had my back, just the same as I had theirs. After that, I went into a bad depression, ended up not on drugs, but doing something I shouldn't have done. And let's see, wife left. That went to hell. So I spiraled out of control and ended up in the hospital. Not because of drug overdose or anything like that. Just say something of my own accord. I'm not going to say what it is on YouTube, but I think you get the picture. Because I was that depressed that I just didn't care no more. Because all the friends that I had were online. Every single friend that I had was online. Yeah, I had Facebook friends. Nobody talked to me. Nobody cared to talk to me. They still don't care to talk to me. Last time somebody talked to me, I don't even remember how long it's been. I might get a tweet on Twitter or a like on Twitter. I have TikTok. I got a bunch of followers on TikTok. But not really friends, And that's all I ever wanted was some friends. And the ones that I did have, everything went to the shitter with, so I didn't have nobody. And then my wife left, and I had nobody. So it went bad. So that's the whole story of how stupid I was. I could have handled it better. I could have not cussed everybody out. I apologize to everybody I, offended. Steve Billings, Isaac, Michael, Charlie, Erica, anybody. And I'm not saying that because I want to be, back on anybody's channel for subscribers or clout chasing. I'm saying this because I feel bad about it, and I mean it, and it should be said. I don't want my name tarnished over bullshit in the past where I let my feelings override common sense, I should have known not to act stupid like that. The reason I got mad and went off and everything is because my feelings were hurt bad. So, that's what the deal was. But yeah, I apologize to everybody for that. And, so, also I want to say congratulations to, Emily Saxton for, coming out and letting everybody know what was going on with her and with her transition and everything. Yeah, that took some major gumption to come out online and tell everybody what was going on. I can understand you'd be scared that everybody would turn their back on you. But, wow, I mean, that's shocking that you did that. I mean, that really, you could have, it just shows how times have changed. Because if you'd have done that in the 90s, you'd have lost everything. Maybe not everything, but you'd have lost just about everything. Because people wouldn't accept him back then. Or the 2000s, they still wouldn't accept him back then neither. But nowadays, it's a lot different now. I'll be 30 in April, on April 1st. Boy, I feel old. But I just want to say congratulations, Emily. And also about Boogie. Boogie is a real cool dude. A lot of people give him a lot of hate. And I don't know what his situation is with the courts right now, whatever that legal situation is. I'm not getting into that. I don't know, don't want to know. But what I do know is that man was there for me and my wife whenever I was down and out one time and didn't have nothing whatsoever. Didn't have nothing in the house to eat at all. And Boogie probably don't want me telling this, but I'm going to anyways. Because a lot of people called him a liar and said he didn't do what he did. But that man sent me $100 so that I could go and get me some food for me and my wife. Because there wasn't a crumb on the floor for a rat to eat, or a roach to stick on a stick to crunch over the fire. Roast over the fire and crunch on. And I don't mean a smoking roach. I mean a daggum walking across the floor roach. Yeah, bug. But we didn't have nothing. But he sent me that money and helped me because he know what kind of situation I was in. Because he was in the same situation as I was at one time. And it wasn't drug related. It wasn't nothing like that. I was just on really bad, hard times. And you know what? There's not many people that would do that for somebody that they don't even know. They don't have no idea. Only somebody that understands, has been through that, would do something like that. And that's a really good person. A lot of people give Boogie hell, but Boogie don't get half the recognition that he deserves. I mean, a lot of people just give Boogie heck because they're either jealous because he actually made something of himself and come from rags to riches. He's not, he won't say he's rich, which he's not rich, he ain't no Bill Gates or nothing, but he did go from rags to riches. He worked hard for it too. Because don't think that YouTube is easy or Twitch is easy, because it's not. It's a pain. It's not easy. I've sat here for hours doing one video. This one video here that I'm doing right now is going to take me forever because I'm recording at 25 minutes. So I'm going to be editing this video left and right, what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep. Which I don't think there's nothing I don't want to keep anyways, but still. But yeah. But Michael, also, and Bridget, thanks for reading my question on Q&A for your channel. Was it yesterday? About, I don't remember. Oh, it wasn't to go live with. It was to go live with. If you was homeless, basically, and you had nowhere to go, would you go live with A, B, or C? So, yeah, it wouldn't go live with. But it's okay. I thought that was funny, but it still answers the same thing. It cracked me up. It made my day. Like I said, my birthday is April 1st. That was probably the best early birthday present I've had in a long time. But I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Take it easy, or however you can take it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and whatever else you can do. But that's how I got in the biggest pickle that I've ever gotten in my life of YouTube. I'll see you later.